on Joan Mir, the world champion, with a lot of work to do from the fourth row in 10th place. Valentino Rossi, he coped with the fast-starting KTMs and Ducatis around him. There's the world champion, Joan Mir, charger from pit lane. Martin will start the warm-up lap, and he will here the Monster Energy Grand Prix of Catalunya. Our eyes to the centre of the picture and the light one. This could be perfect for him, but here comes Miller again. He's catching back up. He's going to try and outbrake him. He does. Miller exactly where he wanted to be. It looks like Miguel Oliveira got away exceptionally well as well too. He did got the dream launch off the line, but he's been knocked back to third. That was a great move from Oliveira. Very brave indeed to go up into. Who's had a disastrous start for him. He's losing places already. Zarco was in wide. He's a bit messy on the exit, but what a start for the world champion. Yeah, what happened to Pecco Bagnaia? He's looked cold. Yeah, Zarco's getting beaten up, isn't he, on this opening lap? Oliveira, he's not going to be close enough to attack inside of the Portuguese man as well. Maverick Vinales up the inside there of Brad Binder. That's for 7th place. Oliveira then still leads as they bring you on to the 1 kilometre start-finish straight. Oliveira on the KTM from Miller, Mir, then Aleix Espargaro to get Miller at turn 7. Aleix Espargaro is the fastest rider on circuit on his Aprilia RSGP in 4th place here, and he needed to after a really poor first lap. He's the fastest man on circuit by a mile, a 40 quicker than anybody else on the circuit. So Bagnaia starting to recover that early lost ground. Miller late on the brakes and start-finish straight. Yeah, that was the. He's got it back. He's got it back at turn 5. So using the better braking and turn. He made the mistake on the previous lap, getting up the inside of Miller. That cost him places to Aleix Espargaro and Mir. This is himself. Then it was scrappy on exit. He went in the green and he lost 2 places, lost all of his momentum. So he's got more work. Marquez to come through. Me! And he got railroaded there by Brad Binder. Well, he came back on. Everybody fighting for the same piece of tarmac. 2 bikes into one just doesn't work out. You can see Vinales had a big look over his shoulder. Can Zarco get in Quattararo's slipstream and blitz him on the start-finish straight yet again, because he did previously 0.594 from the Portuguese man. That was 3/10 quicker than Miller on that last lap. On board with the world champion Miguel Oliveira then. So far so good. He's got brilliant rhythm. Definitely got the pace to break away. Crucial. Bagnaia through goes Brad Binder. What a start this has been for Marc Marquez as well. He's closing in on this group. Look at the number 9. From Marc Marquez, we knew he was going to be aggressive, didn't we? Quattararo's got to find a couple of tenths to get back on par with Joan Mir. Brilliant ride at the moment by the man we're looking at here in Barcelona. He's going through on Miller at turn 10. On the cutback though, Miller comes back through. He's desperate to get through here on Miller because he knows he's got nothing for the Ducati on that start-finish straight. Couldn't be slipstreamed by Miller, but not the case, and Aprilia will never in a million years out-drag a Ducati. It's in the fastest lap of the race for good measure as well. On the approach to turn 1, Joan Mir uses the slipstream of the Aprilia in Quattararo. Marquez is now up to 6th. This is looking a little bit like the old Marc Marquez again. The issues with front tyre pressure or temperature. Quattararo gets through on Aleix Espargaro into turn 4. Oliveira, Quattararo has decided it's time to move. Yeah, Oliveira is where Quattararo thought he would be throughout the race. Quattararo now desperately trying to find a way through on Joan Mir. There's the lead from the helicopter. Crashed out. The difficult start to 2021 unfortunately continues. There's no home glory for Pop. Through turn number 11, there was no way through. Top 10 have all just broken away slightly from Max Marquez. It's not got any better for Valentino Rossi either. He's outside the points at the moment. He's 1 place. 1-3. He was the slowest man on the circuit. I don't know if something happened to Rossi on that lap number 4. And Marc Marquez, Aleix Espargaro running into some drama there. Maybe just that breaking himself into turn 1, isn't it? The Marquez that came to the start of 2020 in Jerez before he suffered that horrendous right humerus up through turn number 4. And back through goes Aleix Espargaro as well. Some fantastic battle. Vinales, Binder and Bagnaia. This is more Moto3 than MotoGP. The problem is, while they're engaging in a prop drop between his lap times over the full race distance will change. Zarco is not going to win the game of braking there against Miller down into the first corner. On board with Zarco yet again in 5th place. The gap at the front now for Miguel Oliveira is just backing off his pace a little bit here, just to be wary about tyre life. The balance, as we've talked, key factor here in Barcelona, particularly on the right-hand side of your tyre. The long, fast-sweeping right. The only differential between the two of them in terms of tyres is Oliveira's got the hard front tyre, bringing confidence and feedback from the front tyre. And that's where Fabio Quattararo's so good. Everywhere he wants, he's going to try and pick up some slipstream here behind the very rapid RC16. He's going to have another long lap penalty. for not complying with the laws for Taka Nakagami, and another disappointing weekend for the Japanese rider. So then at the front of this one, on board now with Fabio Quartararo. Acting 2, is it already tyre conservation mode for Mir? Because he got such a great start. He's Zarco now in 5th place. Marc Marquez getting a lift from the Leopard Honda. There's 3 DNFs in a row for the first time in his career. So easily done here into turn 10. Not even Marc Marquez could defy.
Somebody else gone down.
Yeah,
we can hear a crash in our headphones.
There has.
The Espargaro boys have both crashed out here.
I was just wondering for how much longer a race could start. Turn 10's claimed another victim then. It's already taken Marc Marquez out of the race, and now it takes a and Pecco Bagnaia picks off Brad Binder. Vinales is lapping there. Gap there that Quartararo got. He knew he had to do it. That Quartararo, he's normally so good at it. He did it last time out in Mugello against Zarco. Passed him on turn, try and do the same here to Oliveira.
Simon, your thoughts in the mid?
Long way further around the corner than Marc Marquez was when his front tyre cried no more. He was Aleix Espargaro knows. Another top 6 opportunity slips through his fingers, sadly.
Himself a couple of tenths advantage as they make their way down onto the start-finish straight. These are the 5 on screen with 10.
He's super intelligent, super smart, they all are. But Miguel Oliveira, he marries right in front
of Johan Zarco, Matt, Joan Mir. That start was absolutely
and we're getting to the phase of the Grand Prix here last September, Steve, where Mir was brilliant. He was here. Mir was having tyre problems. His problems though were a lot less than some of the other guys, because that's his had grip issues himself. They just weren't quite as severe as the Yamahas and Ducatis around him.
On Mir, not close enough. Lecuona's doing a fantastic job. Ika Lecuona, shout out to him after the 2 crashes. Delhi cannot get things going. Bastianini is 11th. Alex Marquez doing a great job, 12th ahead of Rossi.
In 2nd place. Looking back from the world champion Suzuki X-Star machine preview to Johan Zarco. Alan's top gear in 6, and he just eases on by, blitzes Joan Mir's factory Suzuki. That's got to be... He'd have known it was coming, and there's nothing he can do about it whatsoever.
Interestingly, to try and make life a bit more difficult for Johan Zarco, but a incredible job the last couple of laps. In 6-7 for the last 4 or 5 laps. There he is.
Yeah.
He's back with this group now.
Just found it behind him.
This is fascinating, Matt. This is not the race we expected to unfold. Luckily, Rossi's crashed. Rossi has crashed out here, and the disappointing season. He lost that.
Just the ride height device, guys.
The ride height device has gone in, but Rossi is out, unfortunately. Stat sheet not looking too rosy at the Matt with 8 laps to go, because what is it going to be in a couple of laps' time, where really we have no idea.
Or Vinales. I mean, Maverick Vinales has had some stunning rhythm, as Steve mentioned. I mean, look at that compared to the Suzuki man.
Is Mir in more trouble than we think, or has he got something? Gap from Miguel Oliveira and Quartararo to the 2 Ducatis is 1.3 seconds now.
Vinales, big time. Not going to be easy to find a way through on Mir. Zarco and Miller ahead of him, but he still leads. We're just about to chalk off lap number 17 here. Yep. In the slipstream behind the factory Suzuki of Joan Mir, who's so good on the brakes down at the first corner. Vinales just down Lecuona. An unlucky turn 13, Ben. We were just saying he was on course for one of them.
Good to see that he's relatively okay. So are these 2 now starting to really show their class with 7 laps to go. Less. Still Bagnaia and Binder in 7th and 8th. They can't quite get close.
It's the battle between these 2 men. Oliveira versus Quartararo. Potent combination, a chance to give him the opportunity to win or on the podium here on Sunday. That's exactly as it's panned out. Turn 10.
The lap times are dropping. There's 4 groups of 2 on screen at the moment.
Place.
Onto the start-finish straight then. In between Miguel Oliveira on the KTM and Fabio Quartararo on the Yamaha.
Yeah, Mir is struggling. There's no opportunity for Vinales to get through on the Suzuki man in the braking zone for the first.
On the factory Ducati.
40.9 from Oliveira on that last lap. That's his slowest lap, and that gap's down to now just over 2 tenths as we're on turn 5, lap 19.
Helped certainly get it into a race-winning machine. Miguel knows all about that. Twice a winner himself already, of course. Last year with Brad Binder in Brno.
Well, there might be a bit of payback coming here. He'd love to exact a bit of revenge on that defeat. He took his first ever Grand Prix P.
Now, these are the tyres of Fabio Quartararo, who I can tell you, there's a lot of front hard rear tyre. We're entering that stage of unknown now, and across the line I can tell you Zarco
by a whisker. Previous lap was a 40.9, that last lap was a 40.8. Quartararo himself.
Intriguing race here in the Grand Prix of Catalonia. Filmed the fortunes of the Portuguese rider, who up until Italy hadn't even got in the top 10.
18 wheel at the moment, isn't he?
Very nervous looking pit byra with 5 laps remaining. Quartararo and his fellow Frenchman.
Makes you wonder, Steve, these kind of performances from Miguel Oliveira. They've been busy in the transfer contract until the end of 2024. I don't think it's going to be too long before they re-up him with Oliveira.
Just further back there you can see
Miguel is earning a few more dollars in that deal.
Bagnaia, because he's got rhythm to potentially close up on Mir and Viñales.
And it's the crucial phase of it where the tyres are going to be deteriorating at a fairly rapid rate. You can't
Bagnaia, he needed to do that about 4 or 5 laps ago. Jack Miller was the fastest of the top 4 last time around. Do not discount.
It's taken 21 laps to do it. That's how good he's been in terms of speed and consistency. I'd have to show him that front wheel. Look at that consistency from Oliveira. Stunning. How many 40-point...
Quartararo struggling to stay with him at the moment. Quartararo not able to sort of get into that same rhythm he had yesterday in free practice. Yeah, he's in trouble. Zarco's right on top of him now.
Can you believe this? Fabio Quartararo may well lose the podium. Given here for the World Championship leader, and of course, Johann Zarco knows this is clawing back some ground in the championship. As big risks here in this last sector. Just make sure you run the lines, hit your braking markers, and stay to 6th gear. Reel in that factory Yamaha ahead of him. Quartararo's got big bother here.
Yeah, there we go. 5 for Fabio Quartararo. He's going to try. Oh, he's almost lost the front there, and he's shaking his head. Bookie's favourite, Fabio Quartararo, doesn't look like he's winning the Catalan Grand Prix.
On that high-speed hand side of Quartararo's front tyre, and in that right-hand first corner, the front just tucked from right underneath him.
In the latter stages of this race, Jack Miller will do the same thing, surely, here, as Johann Zarco here of Quartararo. This was earlier on. See, a bit uncomfortable. He's got his leathers open there. What's going? Has got some sort of issues. He's taking his chest protector out there of his leathers.
Guys, is that
necklace and his bare chest?
What's going on? What's happened? Johann Zarco has not won a MotoGP race. This is 73rd attempt. Great speed. They drop down the hill into the last couple of corners. We're going to start the last lap. There's half a second between Miguel Oliveira.
Will it be black flag? Will there be a DQ? It's all down to the last lap then. Oliver final place on the podium.
Johann Zarco. Will we be closing Miguel Oliveira?
Yeah, and how ironic this would be if Zarco beats the factory KTM. RC16 for love and money, could he? A couple of years ago when he left KTM halfway through a 2-year contract. With the moment of his MotoGP career right now, what is the gap in the second sector? It's down to under 4. Quartararo, no he can't. Miguel Oliveira, normally in these situations, mentally is like granite. Got a 3-second penalty. His podium has gone.
The checkered flag is out, and it looks like this one is Miguel Oliveira's. Johann is. It will be close across the line, but Miguel Oliveira wins on the factory KTM here. Finished third with a penalty. Miller moves up 1 spot. But take a bow, Miguel Oliveira.
But he will not be on the podium. A 3-second crucial World Championship GP podiums, his 8th runner-up spot. But Miguel Oliveira, absolutely brilliant. Front tyre we saw was graining badly as well. Danny Pedrosa, so much credit needs to go.
This is how it stands then. The gap at the top has been cut. Incredible. I don't think that's right. That championship standings, that's wrong. Yeah. That graphic is wrong. He was uncomfortable. I mean, pick the bones out of that. Well, one thing we can say is MotoGP, people would have put their house on Quartararo, not just winning this, but winning it by some margin this morning.
It's Jack Miller's on the podium. Miguel Oliveira, that was an awesome job by him.
Right, let's see here. I mean, he had little option but to do that, really, but ultimately that's a mystery as well. I don't think anyone really knows what's gone on there. They look completely clear. You've got to take your hat off to this young man who said at the start of the year, I can be the world. They had to wait their time. They had to wait their time to get that chassis. What a job. Fond memories, of course, 9 years ago in Moto3. He goes over to the Miguel Oliveira fan club.
Absolutely over the moon. What a week it's been for Miguel. Down to you, Simon.
Mike, how are you feeling about that?
Watching that race from the beginning to the end, you know, Fabio was pushing so hard and
Holds it together and never puts a foot wrong.
I mean, he did a great race. It was not easy, I think, to manage through all the race distance, but he did it great, and yeah, thanks.
Yeah, huge congratulations. It is a massive statement.